Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the closely guarded, and was very closely guarded, secret is out, we want to take a closer look at how John McCain decided to pick the Alaska governor as his running mate. Dana Bash is on the phone with us. She's in Ohio. Dana, caught a lot of us by surprise. Walk us through what we know about the decision-making process for Senator McCain.
Well, here's what we're told. We're told actually just rolling through Ohio, heading to various stops along the way to their next destination. They gave us this information about the TikTok, and the gist is that they actually met. The two of them met in February of 2008, so early this year, at a meeting of the National Governors Association. According to his aides, Senator McCain was impressed with the governor and said he had followed her career, and that's why she ended up on the list of people they were looking at. Now, Rick Davis, the senator's campaign manager, had been in touch throughout, it seems, several months with the governor's office and doing the proper vetting, if you will, getting documents and information from the governor and from the governor's aides. And it was last Sunday, we're told, that John McCain first had a conversation over the phone with Governor Palin, and the two of them talked, and he invited her to Arizona. And what happened was, Governor Palin actually went to Flagstaff, Arizona, on Wednesday of this week. Flagstaff, and what they did was they had the first of a couple of ruses. A couple of Senator McCain's aides met the governor and her top aide in Flagstaff, and they went to the home of Bob Delgado. He is somebody who works for Cindy McCain's company, Hensley and Company. So they used his home as a sort of a hideaway to have a conversation and to have a meeting with Senator McCain. That happened on Wednesday, and the next morning, we're told, on Thursday morning, Senator McCain and his wife invited the governor to his cabin in Sedona, and at 11 o'clock in the morning, that's when he formally made his offer to her to appear with him and to run with him on the ticket. That's the TikTok that we got.
Am I right? Am I right in understanding, Dana? Am I right in understanding that before this meeting in Arizona over the past few days, they only actually had met one time over this entire process?
Well, that is the exact question that after we discussed this TikTok rundown, that's the exact question that I just asked one of the aides who was at that meeting, a longtime aide of Senator McCain, and I have not heard back, but the way this reads, it certainly seems that way. It certainly seems that the one time that they met face-to-face was at that meeting in February 2008. We don't have any information to indicate that they have met since, but we're trying to fill in the blanks there. This is kind of the bottom line TikTok that we got on how this process went down. But they did just meet earlier this year, which is interesting for somebody like John McCain, who we've talked about for months. Wolf is somebody who likes to feel comfortable and likes to know people well and likes having people around him who he knows very well, and the comfort level with him is really key. So the fact that he just didn't know her very well at all is quite interesting.
I do think there's this one other issue that's big, and that is the decision-making process that went into this. This is the single most important decision each candidate has to make before he becomes president. It reveals a lot about the person, the judgment of the person, and how they go about making decisions. And I'm surprised, I'm deeply surprised that he's only met her once before he made the decision. He had one personal exposure. He had one phone call this past Sunday, and then invited her to Sedona, where they had a private meeting where he offered her the place on the ticket. I don't understand why, she brings you any strength on questions of economic policy. At the time the country is in the worst financial crisis since the Depression. Here's a woman who comes along who was mayor of a city of less than 8,000 people. I don't understand why she is the answer to figuring out how to deal with the economy.
Think about whether that person who I select would be most prepared to take my place, and that would be the key criteria.